Hey guys, happy Sunday morning. Welcome back to my channel for another sit down video, even though I'm standing up. But y'all, can we just talk about how much money I spent over these past couple weeks? Now, let me just preempt something. It is allergy season. It's so much pollen in the air. I was gonna run out and get some allergy medicine, but I thought, nope, I will power through. So every now and then, like every single time in any video you watch, if I'm touching my nose, it's because my nose itches all the time, and it's allergies. It's allergies, so bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to power through this. I'm gonna go for 30 minutes or less. Mark my words, 30 minutes or less. So let's get into it. So my name is Joy, aka Miss Financially Fit Bae on YouTube, and today I'm going to talk about why I stay in debt, aka how I stay broke out here in these streets. You guys, ever since, let me just go back. So I am working through Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, and I am on baby step number 2, which is paying down debt. I finished baby step number 1 in about 6 weeks, saved my $1,000, you guys. And since then, so I work as an educational sign language interpreter. I work in a high school, and my salary, I believe, is $37,756 a year. It should go up a little bit in August. At the end of August, I'll get my first paycheck for the new school year. But here we are when school is out, you guys, for the summer. As that structure goes out the window, so does my own personal structure go out the window. I was doing good last month. We had summer school. I had a week of football camp. So I was still getting up in the morning. I still had that structure. I was still on that high, on that momentum, staying on track. And then summer school ended, y'all. Not only did summer school end, but I got my check from doing my spring activities. If you guys have been here any length of time, you know I work extracurricular activities. So for the spring, I worked boys volleyball. I worked some girls softball. So for volleyball, I worked the entire season as the scorekeeper. I worked some softball after we got into regionals and sectionals. I worked those games. What else did I work? I feel like there were so many things. I don't know. I feel like there were so many things, but I worked a lot of extracurricular activities after. Oh, I worked, what's that sport called? You know, this one. This one. Like that one. What's that called? Yeah, I don't know. That one. Lacrosse. That sport. I worked all of those games. So I got a pretty hefty check, you guys. And my downfall for a long time has always been at the end of the school year, I'm going to shop. Because at the end of the school year, what happens is all of our summer paychecks, they give it to us like 5 days in a row. They give us 5 summer paychecks in 5 days. And so you have all that money. So I was real diligent about it. I paid all my bills ahead of time. My rent is paid through August. My car payment is paid through August. My car insurance is paid through August. And I have allocated grocery money. I got gas money allocated. I got personal maintenance allocated, y'all. And then I got this extracurricular activities check. Can we just say I lost my mind? Let me just say that. So first of all, how much was the check? So with those 3 sports, softball, lacrosse, and volleyball, I earned an additional $1,890. So I got a check for $1,890 just last week. Did it come last week? I think it came last week. And I lost my mind. I started off really good. I started off in the middle of summer school. I ended up needing to get a new laptop because my laptop that I had, the Mac that I had, no longer charged. It was like, we're done. We're done. And the screen was also going out. And I saw somebody make a comment to say, like, go to the Apple store, like they'll replace the battery and stuff like that, but the screen is also going out. Like this, it's not like a software issue, it's like a hardware. I don't know, one of those two. Whatever it is, it's like maybe the Apple store can replace it and resell it and all that stuff, but I didn't want to put money into it for that. The keyboard didn't work because I dropped the iron on it. So there were some keys that just didn't work, and it's so funny with my new laptop. So I did have to purchase a new laptop. It is not a Mac, it's an HP. I stayed within the budget I set for myself. I knew where the money was coming from, so I was okay with it. And I needed it, like, right? I needed it for work, I needed it for home. So anyhow, let's break down this paycheck. So after all of my 5 checks that I got in a row, I had a surplus of like $542. Where, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. I think because I've been doing the Dave Ramsey plan, I've just been kind of handling my money well, not really buying anything extra, or not really buying anything extra at all until these last 2 weeks. Since summer school has been out, I just threw away all caution. Gone. However, the things are still paid. I am not like wondering where money was coming from. I'm not like things are not unpaid. Everything that needs to be paid is paid. Like my what do you call it? My grocery money is in my wallet. My you know, personal maintenance is in my wallet. Gas money is in my wallet. So I don't need to swipe for those things. But because of my lack of I don't think it's like a lack of self-control, because everything I bought, I could justify why I need it. And I'm sure anybody could do, any addict could do that, right? Justify why I need it, right? But I did, I mean, so you have to watch the vlog on Wednesday to see what I actually bought. But I'm going to break it down to you. So the check was $1,890. And I do have notes here, so I'm going to use my notes. And I think along the way, I'm going to try and calculate how much I spent. I hate when that happens. This is a little different than my Mac. It like handles differently, and so I'm trying to like, I am trying to like have patience. All right, first and foremost, from that $1,890, there's no taxes taken out. So I tithe $190. So let's put $190 on here, because I want to see, I didn't calculate how much, I didn't calculate what it added to. Okay, so $190 in tithe, and then I did go ahead and keep my promise to myself, and I put $600 in a car fund. So plus $600. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? And then I spent on Amazon, be ready to cry with me. On Amazon, I spent $591.61. Now, 112 of those dollars were the things that I showed you guys, my back to school Amazon cart, which were very much necessary. I got my lunch bag, I got my lanyard, I got, you know, the things I needed to get back to school. And it just kept going from there. I bought shoes. You have to watch the vlog. So that was $591.61. And then I went to the movies on the 4th. Did I go on the 4th? I think I went on the 4th, and I saw A Quiet Place, and that totaled $27.65. Wait a minute, let me add that. I didn't add the $591. All right. And then plus $27.65. And that's for my movie ticket, as well as popcorn and blue icy, because it has to be blue. And then somebody, okay. And then at Walmart, I spent $46.05. Whoops. I think I might be adding this wrong. And then for Walmart, that was groceries and personal hygiene product. Some of it I had cash. I used cash, what I had, and then I put the rest of it on my card. So I did swipe a little bit for that instead of, I don't know, I think I didn't expect it to be over the amount that I actually had in my wallet. And so I swiped. So that'll come out of my next personal hygiene, budget line item. And then I went to Ace Hardware. And I spent $22. What did I get from Ace Hardware? Oh, what did I get? I got some command strips. You have to watch the vlog, but I got some command strips, cleaning supplies. I got something else. What was $22? Cleaning supplies, command strips, and something else. I'm not sure. And then I went to Dollar General. That was $34. I do show you in the vlog what that was. I went to Dollar General. And then I spent $35.95 because there's this girl that I follow on YouTube. Her name, I think her channel is called Local Black Child, and she runs a business. She has apparel, and then she has necklaces, and I bought 2 necklaces, one gold, one silver, and they each say Black Child on it. I needed one for each. I needed a gold one and I needed a silver one, and that was just a splurge. She was running a sale on the 4th of July, and that's what I did. No other reason except for that, but I needed both. I needed a silver and a gold. And then I spent, $52.43 on a rug. So, and this ties into what I spent at the dollar store. So I wanted to spruce up the kitchen a little bit. I think that the Holy Spirit is saying, don't leave a place worse than where you found it. So I feel like I am a female living here in my brother's apartment, and I could spruce it up a little bit. I bought some flowers for the table, like a centerpiece. And so we have this rug over here on the floor that you can't see. So we have a rug on the floor that my brother just bought, but I started adding some blues and blacks and grays to this room, and so I bought a rug that would better fit other than this one. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like I want to, listen, when I get married and move out, I just want to leave the place better than when I got here, okay? Somebody will ask one of these days. And so that comes to 1,000, I believe. I think I added this wrong. Let me see. Oh no, I was good. So it came to $1,599.69 out of my $1,890 check. And so remaining balance was $290.31, which leaves me the amount, or more than the amount I need to get my taxes done. And my taxes will be done on Wednesday. I have my appointment on Wednesday, so I'll be getting those done and really find out the damage that taxes did. But I did go back and I did change my W-2 form. That goes into effect for my summer school pay, so I do still have summer school pay coming. I think before taxes, it was a little over $2,000 or something like that, as well as I spent 3 days. No, I think my summer school check is a little bit over $2,000, and then I did spend 3 days at band camp, and so that I think will be added into that same check. So I do have more money coming in. So I do have enough money to get my taxes done, and so I'll see what that is. I'll see the damage. Hopefully I'll never have to pay this much in taxes again, because I did update my W-2 form. And then just other spending since the school year has been out. I'm not sure if I updated you guys in the last video, but I had to go to Best Buy and buy a laptop, and it was $606.35. And then Target, I online shopped Target. Now, so I had bought these 2 pair of pants from Amazon, and I didn't like how they fit, so I did return them yesterday. Or I requested a refund or requested a return, and after I explained, because you know they ask you like, why do you want to return this item or whatever, and so after I did that, they said we will refund you, but you do not have to send the items back. They're just in my room. I don't know that I would ever wear them. They just don't fit really well. And so that money I took, and so they refunded me $41, and then I used that $41 and bought 2 pair of pants from Target. Typically, I can't go wrong with Target. Target, Old Navy, I feel like I do well in picking jeans and stuff like that. And so at Target I did, so I originally bought 2 pair of jeans online for $59.50, one of which I'm wearing now. Just a dark pair of jeans. I feel like I just need to, every year I kind of update my jeans for the school year. I still have a couple, but like we don't have to dress up all the time. We could wear jeans any day of the week, but you know, you just have to not look like a hag, you know. Like if this top was a different color, like a lighter color, or just not this bright of a pink, you can't really tell. It's like a hot pink. I wouldn't wear this color to work because of interpreting it. It makes the eyes more tired because it's so bright, and so I wouldn't interpret in such a harsh color. But if it was a different color, like a light blue or a light gray or something like that, I would definitely wear this whole entire outfit to work. On any given day, because we can wear jeans whenever we want to. And then at Meijer, I think I mentioned the Meijer shopping before, is $116.44, and I think that like came out of my like subconsciously knowing that I had a surplus of $542. So all in all, my bank account is intact, but I have definitely put myself on a spending freeze. We are not buying anything else until the fall. The only thing I need for the fall, I need a fall jacket. I don't have, like, I have like cardigans and I have winter coats, but I don't have like a fall jacket, because here in the Midwest, in the last couple years, we really haven't even really gotten snow until January, and so it's not super cold. Like January and February has been like that bitter cold for us. But and so having like a fall jacket in the meantime is practical. All right, where am I? I'm at 18 minutes. All right, let's keep going. So right now I'm on a spending freeze, and so I still have my groceries allocated, my personal maintenance allocated, and I'll take those out when I need them, and that should still get me through to the end of August when we get our first paycheck for the beginning of the school year. So even though my salary may increase a little bit, my paycheck itself may go down, just because now they're taking more taxes out because I changed my withholdings to 0, which would keep me from having to pay taxes next year. So I guess that's the adult thing to do. And then yeah, so I should get my summer school paycheck on Thursday, and I will break down where that check will be allocated. And so I think I'm going to take a $600 and put it in my car fund again, because I do have to get my spark plugs and coolant replaced. And so I'll probably get that done the next time I get an oil change. So I do have that money allocated already, and then just a $600 like buffer for if anything else comes up with the car, like tires or anything, you know, anything comes up, I have money, and I don't really have to touch my emergency fund. Because I would hate to like pause everything and have to, I mean, if it dips into my emergency fund, at least I'm not using my entire emergency fund, you know, so it gives me like a little bit of a buffer. And then Remember, guys, when I said that I was going to, that I only can pay the debts that I know of, right? Only the people that I can contact or whatever. And I remember saying that if somebody contacts me and say I owe them money, great, fine, I'll pay it. Right? So anyhow, on Friday, I got a call from a debt collector. And I was here for it. It was a number that I didn't recognize, but you know, they're kind of savvy now. Like they know to use your area code. They know not to use an area code like out of state, because you probably won't answer it. I don't, people out of state, unless it's in Florida where I have family. Otherwise, I'm not expecting anybody from out of state to call me. And so they started getting kind of savvy and using your, you know, area code and things like that. Great. So anyhow, this debt collector called me, this woman, and she right away, she was like, may I speak to Joy? And I was like, and she was like, I'm from such and such and such and such or whatever. And I was like, where are you from? And then she said it again. And then I was like, yep, this is she. And oh, she was like a collection agency or whatever. I was like, this is she or whatever. Like, let me know what I owe, and I'm willing to pay it. And so as of right now, my debts are a little over $14,000, and that's just with a guesstimate of what my taxes are going to be, including my car payment or car, like how much I owe on my car. And so I'm going to add this payment in that this lady told me. But anyhow, when she called me, she was like, she's right away just started running down this script. And I said, hold on. I said, hold on. Now in the vlog, I talk about this, but in the vlog, I'm telling you about it like right after I got the phone call. So I was a little heated about it. But now I've calmed down, and so now I can tell you like a story. And so she actually started reading the script, and I asked her, I said, hold on. I was like, you are reading so fast. I want to make sure I know what you're talking about, you know? And so she was like, ma'am, this is my attempt to collect a debt or whatever. And for whatever reason, she didn't want to go back and like read the script again, because I believe what I caught while she was reading was that this is an attempt to collect a debt, but we can't like report it anymore to your credit agency or whatever. We can no longer report it, blah, 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 whatever. That's what I caught from what she was saying. And I think because the debt is so old. And so, but anyway, before we got to that, she was reading, and she was like, this is our attempt to collect a debt. And, you know, we just want to get this taken care of, blah, 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 whatever. And then, okay, so that was when I interrupted her. And then she like continued reading. So I'm like, okay. And so then she was, and I was like, and so then she told me like the originator of the debt, and she said it was Capital One. And I was like, no, I was like, I don't have like any debt with Capital One. I was like, I paid off that credit card, because remember I told you guys I paid that credit card off, right? So I'm like, I paid that credit card off. And she was like, ma'am, this is an older debt. This is a debt from 2014. And I like chuckled a little bit. I'm like, okay. And so she said, we're willing to offer you to pay it like call it paid off, like $278 or something like that. $278 and some change. She was like, the original debt was over $2,000, but we're willing to accept $278, and we'll call it, you know, taken care of or whatever. She didn't say paid in full or anything like that. So I was like, well, I said, okay. I said, well, send it to me in the mail and I will take care of it. Then it takes a turn, right? Because for whatever reason, she wouldn't just acquiesce. Because I feel like I'm being reasonable. I feel like I'm like, okay, yeah, just send it to me in the mail. What I said was, I said, well, I don't pay by credit card over the phone. So if you send it to me in the mail, I'll take care of it. Because what I've heard before is that they might offer you something over the phone and it's not in writing to you. Like I didn't see it. It was just something she said. And so if I gave her my credit card number, they could go ahead and debit me the full amount anyway, right? And so I've heard that. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, okay, if you send it to me in the mail, I'll take care of it. And she was like, well, ma'am, we've been sending you notification after notification after notification after notification. I said, hold on. I said, you called me today. I said, why do I care if you sent me notification after notification? Because in my head, I'm like, was that offer in all the notifications you sent me? And I'm like, from 2014, and mind you, like I've opened all the mail that I had, and they must not have sent me notifications for years, because I haven't seen anything, right? A matter of fact, this is probably a new debt. So whatever debt collection agency originally had it, probably sold it to like another debt collection agency. You know what I'm saying? And so now you guys are like starting over again, and that's fine. Send it to me and I'll take care of it. And I was like, I don't care. I said, I don't care what you sent me before. You called me today. And I said, what does that have to do with what you're offering me today? You know, because in my head, I'm not doing anything until you send me something in the mail that I can see for myself in writing. And then usually there's like a website where you can go and pay. That's the only way. And she was like, well, I'll take your email address. I said, no. I said, you can send it to me in the mail. Now, I was just being petty because I'm like, if you're going to be difficult, then I'm going to be difficult. Like, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. Just send it to me in the mail. You press a button. You don't even have to lick the envelope yourself. All you have to do is press a button. It'll send it to whomever needs to send it out. They will print it. They will put it in an envelope, and they will send it to me. And so we'll see if we get it. We'll take care of it. If we get it, we'll take care of it. And so, yeah, I was a little heated in the vlog when I talked about it, because I was like, I said, no, ma'am. I said, no, ma'am, you're not going to call me today about something and then try to talk to me about what you've been sent. That don't have nothing to do with today, according to my calculations. That ain't got nothing to do with today. So anyhow, we'll see what that is, and I'll definitely add it to my, if they send it, I'll definitely add it to my debt amount, and that's fine, and I'll pay. I don't have any problem with that. But don't like come left at me about it. Like, you call me and I answered the phone, and I didn't try to act like I wasn't me. I didn't try to get out of it. But it's like, you know how some people just want to argue. So yeah. So anyhow, that is my spending update. That is how I've kept myself broke over the past 2 weeks. But I am definitely on a spending freeze right now. The only thing I need is a fall jacket, and I'm not going to buy anything until like everything in my account has cleared. You know how like they have those pending transactions? I want everything clear. I want to make sure I get all of my, and I guess I don't have to be as meticulous about it because I will get my summer school paycheck on Thursday, but I'm still like figuring out how I want to allocate that other than the $600. I'll definitely, I'm sure I have like dental work that I'm going to take care of, and whatever's after that I'm going to put towards my taxes. So my goal is my taxes to be paid by the end of this year. Hopefully it's just, I feel like it's going to be astronomical, especially because I worked for the high school without them taking taxes out. So I had a check for $1,600 and I had this one for $1,800. And so I just feel like it's just going to be astronomical as far as any amount of taxes that I've ever paid. And so it is 28 minutes and 40 seconds, and we are getting ready to like shut this down. I'm gonna go to church, and you guys should see this later on tonight, this early evening I should say. But again, if you have questions or comments or anything, just let me know, leave it below, and I will definitely get back to you guys. And if you have a question that I think a lot of people ask, or I think it's a great question, I'll go ahead and put it in a video. And let me know if you want me to say who you are as well, especially if you're in this budget community with me. And I will see y'all next week.